What is going on, guys, and welcome back to the Hobbyist Miner channel. So today we're going to go ahead and swap over our mining rig. So right now our mining rig is running on the Apparel algorithm and we are mining Ravencoin. So as you guys can see, we have 6 total cards. We have 5 470 4 gig cards and 1 570 4 gig card. So currently we average right around 80. It looks like there's 79 right here. We had 78 right up here. So it averages, and then the individual there, well, sorry about the roller coaster there, 13.5 up to 14. We've had a little bit higher than 14 sometimes, maybe like 14.1, 14.2, but that's really pushing it on these 470s and the 570 card. So what I want to go ahead and do today, a lot of people have asked about this, is what do these do on Ethereum Classic? People have asked, what is my total hash rate on Ethereum Classic? And what are the individual hash rates on these cards, especially the 470 versus the 570. Right now on Ravencoin, they mine almost identical. Overclock settings in our previous video we talked about, but what are they going to mine if we go ahead and swap over to Ethereum Classic? Don't forget, we got this guy down here. This is the, wow, brain fart. This is the XFX RX570 8 gig card. This is my first 8 gig card here. We're going to be getting this put in here in the next upcoming few videos. We have lots of room for expansion, but let's not waste a ton of time. I'm going to go ahead and swap over to the computer on Hive OS, and we're going to go ahead and go over swapping over our flight sheet from Ravencoin to Ethereum Classic, and we'll go ahead and review and see kind of what we're doing. So let's jump to the computer. Alrighty, guys, so we jumped over to the computer here. We are in Hive OS. If you guys aren't familiar with it, I will put a link directly below down in the description that will give you all the details to go ahead and download Hive OS. I've done a few guides on the product. I really like it. I'm a huge advocate for it. So we are in here right now. As you can see, we have our 6 total cards, our 1 570 along with the remaining 470s that you do see here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do a few things here. So in the top left-hand corner, you can see our flight sheet currently is using Team Red Miner. We are currently running on Ravencoin, and we are mining to the 2 miners pool. We're running Kapow, and we're averaging 80.51 MegaHash. So let's go ahead and make a note of that at this point. In addition to that, you can see our fans are running pretty much 60 across the board, except for the 570, which is runs significantly cooler, is running at 27% on the fans there. And we keep these cards right up around that 50-degree Celsius mark. So what we're going to go ahead and do here is first we're going to go ahead and stop mining. So at the very top, you can go ahead and click miner action, and we're going to select stop mining. Now what it is doing is it's sending that command directly over to the worker. This is labeled worker 1. I only have 1 worker here, and it has gone ahead and completed that command in there. We could go ahead now and actually check this. So if you go up to remote access, select Hive shell start. We'll wait for this command to send back to us here, and we can see what we have. So let's go ahead here and let this run. It'll take just a second. I swear, only when I'm recording does it take longer than usual. So we'll give it a quick minute. It should be up and running. We want to make sure that the miner is completely stopped. I'll show it. There you go. I'll show you guys what that looks like. Nope. Click the little box. There we go. Bam. Up and running now, and you can come in here and type miner, and bam, there you go. There's no screen to be attached. Usually you have the whole screen showing you your hash rate and everything like that. It is showing us that it is fully down and not working. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to swap over to flight sheet. Once we're over here on the flight sheet, our next step is to unset our current flight sheet. So we're going to go ahead and click here on the dots, the hamburger menu, and go to unset. This is going to send that command over to the worker, and as you can see at the very top, it says missed flight sheet. So our Ravencoin flight sheet is no longer in place. There's no flight sheet actually on this worker right now at all. So in our Ethereum Classic now, if we take a look at the one that we created, we are running, it's Ethereum Classic. It runs on the similar algorithm as Ethereum. It has our wallet in there. We're going to run to 2 miners. We're running the Team Red Miner, and we just named this ETC-Team Red Miner. So everything looks good there. So what we're going to go ahead and do is get out of the edit, and we're going to go ahead and set this. So right here, for mine ETC not on Hive Pool for more than 1 rig, a fee will be charged. Okay, well that doesn't affect us. We only have 1 rig, so we're good to go. So let's go ahead and apply. Okay, so that went ahead and finished applying that to our miner. Now we're no longer getting the command up top that says missing flight sheet. So for all intents and purposes, we're going to go ahead and clear those, get rid of our actions. So Ethereum Classic is in place. Let's go ahead and swap back to our overview. And what our next step is, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to turn on mining. Now, one of the things that I have found that I like to do is I like to turn on mining and then reboot the entire rig. Start it fresh. Start it pulling down and pulls down everything originally when it reboots, and it starts mining right away. So we're going to go ahead and go up here to mining. We're going to restart the miner, and then I'm actually just going to go ahead and reboot it. It hasn't had a chance to do anything yet, so it's rebooting. So let's go ahead and let this reboot, and we'll connect back here in just a minute. Alrighty guys, so the reboot finished. As you can see here just a few minutes ago, we are back up and running. So let's go ahead and do a final refresh, and then we'll go ahead and review the data. So taking a look at our setup right now, we are mining at 166 MegaHash on these cards, which is awesome. Taking a look down the list, we can go ahead and see that believe it or not, the 570 is actually running the poorest. Now, our overclock settings could be different that we need to change for Ethereum Classic versus Ravencoin, but they should be rather similar. As you can see here, let's go ahead and go down the list. So our 470s are right around 27, 2 of them at 28 MegaHash. And then on top of that, the 570s at 26 MegaHash. But look at the power consumption. Holy cow. On Ravencoin, our power consumption was low 600s. We're down to low 400s. Wow, these cards are so much more efficient on Ethereum Classic than on Ravencoin, which is really, really crazy taking a look at it. Now, we could go in if we wanted to and look at the 570 and take a look individually at what other people are running. Let's take a look here. This at, so ours, let's take a look back real quick. We're running at 1100 and 2000 with 922 VDD. So let's go back in here. 1100 and 2000. So taking a look at what most people are mining at here, 1100 and 2000. So if we look at the cardinality, which is 22, isn't that high, but that is 1100 and 2050, and they're running at 900. So let's go ahead and see what that runs us for here. We could probably swap over. Oh, it's interesting. The core, why does it have that? So let's change the core state to 1. Let's change this to 900. Let's do it to our. Let's cancel this, actually. Let's do it this way. I always like doing it this way, which I think I'll do. So this was at 2050, and this was at 900. Okay. So let's go ahead and apply these and hit save, and let's see what we get here. So let's see if we get any better hash rate going ahead and making those adjustments. We went ahead and dropped down our actually wattage, the voltage there, and then we went ahead and bumped up our memory clock. So we'll give that a second to go ahead and apply. In the meantime, let's go ahead and get up our remote shell here so we can take a little bit better of an inside look. It looks like that did go ahead and apply. So we were sub 27 MegaHash is what we got prior to this. And this is just to see kind of, you know, what are we getting more? Can we get better out of the 570? In the meantime, while that's applying, let's go ahead and look. So we're running 1100 and 1870. But what are other people? What are some of the other people reporting here? So we're running 1100 and 1870. Check out this 470. People are running this significantly higher, up at 1150 and 2100. Wow. So let's go ahead and apply that on here, just on this card. Well, actually, let's go on one of the cards that's actually performing better. So we're going to do 1150 and 2100. Let's see what we get. So I'm applying that on just this card, and it was at 70 watts. Let's see what we're at here in a minute. In the meantime, it's applying that. It applied it. Let's go ahead and now that was on GPU 2. So we've messed with GPU 1 and GPU 2. So let's go ahead, bring this up. Type in miner. Okay, let's take a look at some of our data. So GPU 2 won't be updated yet. We got to give it a second to update. But this bumped us up quite a bit here. We're up at 2716 on that 570. Which is good. Gives us a little bit more. See, it's even, yeah, it's running even higher there. 28. Let's give it one more. Let's give it one more opportunity here to see what we're getting overall for this card. I'm looking at card number 2 here now in the list to see. So believe it or not, if this is true, bumping our settings to what other people were using is actually negatively impacting us here. Yeah, check this out. Look again. Look at that, 2701. So it's actually worse, not better in any way. So let's jump back over here. Let's refresh this here. So, yeah, take a look at that, 2701. So we went ahead and swapped those settings, and they're actually poorly affecting how we're doing there. So I'm going to come in here. Let's change that back to 1870. That seemed like a great setting for what we were running here in this combination. And then we're going to go ahead and change this one back to 2000. And then we're going to change our core voltage back. So we're going to go back to what we were originally at. So where we were was definitely better than where we were at there. But that gives us an idea. So we're going to let this run for a little while, guys. I want to get some more data on this to see what our true kind of average hash rate is. But man, down to like 400, so like low 400 watt consumption. I mean, I guess this is mid now. We're about 450-ish. Watts though is really like we're like 200 watts lower on Ethereum Classic than we are actually on Ravencoin based off of what I'm seeing here. But this is awesome. That gives us some true data. Now, granted, it's going to take us significantly longer to go ahead and earn Ethereum Classic than it is going for Ravencoin. I mean, Ravencoin, we're tearing through coins left and right per day, putting a lot in our wallet versus the Ethereum Classic. But Ethereum Classic is worth more, is based off of my understanding. But all right, guys. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video going over Ravencoin versus the Ethereum Classic with the 470 and 1570 graphics card. If you guys did enjoy this video, please go ahead and drop a like saying, hey, thanks, and finally click subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care.